teen submission for Pilates Anytime Next Instructor competition. So we're going to be taking you through 5 exercises on the chair, and we have the exo chair from Balanced Body. If you have the Wonder chair, that would work just fine, or if you have a chair from a different maker, we'll be telling you what our springs are so you can adapt as well and you can join us. Now, Catherine is an advanced student, and we've already taken some time to warm up a little bit. If you've not warmed up, you might want to hit pause, go warm up a little bit, and come back and do these exercises with us because they are a little bit more advanced, so you don't want to come into them cold. But we're ready to go, so we're going to get started, and I'm going to go ahead and set her up for our first exercise on a medium to light spring. So that's going to be a 3 on this chair, and the other spring is just on the ground. So with that, she's going to sit about midway to 3/4 the way back on that chair, and we're going to start with reverse swan. So what I love about this series of exercises is in each one of them, there's an obvious moving part of the body that's going to be working hard, but there's also a non-moving part of the body that's working just as hard. So already right now, hip flexors are working hard for Catherine to keep her legs extended and parallel to the ground, and we're going to try and keep them that way as we move through her spine. So she'll bring her hands back, finding the pedal, fingertips facing the same direction as her toes. The reason that pedal's going to move is because she's moving through her spine. So with that, she'll start to work through her spine, going into extension, and then she's going to roll herself back up, much like she might do in a roll-up or prep for a teaser, and she'll roll her way down, working through that spine, extending, keeping those legs long. And we're going to do 2 more like that. Nice opening through the chest, so this is a good way to really stretch out and open your chest if you spend a lot of time in front of a computer or driving. And we'll make this our last one. She rolls her way up. That was lovely. All right, we'll have her come off. And the next exercise we're going to move to is the cat. So Catherine is going to be kneeling on top of the reformer, knees about midway through. And the non-moving part here is going to be our hips and our lower body. So she's going to work really hard to try and keep her hips over top of her knees. So lots of stability there while she goes through deep flexion all the way into extension through her spine. So lots of movement in the spine today. So with that, she's going to bring her hands down to the pedal because I know that she knows how to do this. I'm not too worried about her, but if you're a beginner, you might want someone to spot you. And she's got that nice line at the back. She's rounding her way up. As she goes back down, notice how nice and flat and long she can make her spine. She'll drop her head a little bit. There you go. That nice long line, and she rounds back up. Let's do 2 more like that, and she's keeping her hips right over top of those knees. Doing a great job. That's a lot harder than it looks. And one last good cat stretch. And rounding all the way back up. She should feel it feeling long and lengthened through those back extensors. And then to celebrate all that length we created, we're going to have her bring her hands all the way over her head, stretching tall, and circle them down by the side. All right, nicely done. So let's climb up. And the next exercise we're going to do is the front swan. So Catherine will lay on the chair with her hip bones pretty close to the front. Her hands are going to be on the pedal. And so here, her legs are extended out behind her, so our non-moving working part is going to be the hamstrings. Those legs have some energy, her toes are pointed, and she's going to work hard to keep them parallel to the ground as she presses her hands down to straight. That's our starting position. So with this exercise, she'll start by lifting the crown of her head and curling up from the crown of her head all the way through her spine, cervical spine, thoracic spine, lumbar spine. So that pedal comes up because she is curling up. Nicely done. And she's making an effort not to put all the work into her lumbar. Sometimes people have a tendency to fold a little too much at the lumbar, but we want to get good opening through that thoracic spine and the cervical spine, the neck's all part of it too. 1 more of those. Looks great. And then she'll try and find a graceful way to dismount from that. Well done. So I'm going to change springs. Catherine's going to come around to the other side of the chair. And we're going to move on to the pull-up. And I'm going to put her on 1 heavy spring and 1 light spring. So for this, it's a 4 and a 1, but it would be a top and a bottom spring if you're on a different chair. So with that, Catherine's going to bring her hands forward. Now we are wearing grippy socks work towards. So she's got a point of focus that she's pulling up towards. This is a great exercise too with the shoulders to work on handstands if that's something that you desire to get that shoulder stability. We'll have her do one more of those, which looks great. Working deep into those abdominals. I love an exercise where I can feel it deep in my abdominals because I feel like that's where I always want to feel it. Take it back down, and we're going to transition right into the forward lunge. So we'll just continue moving forward. She'll take her left foot and bring it up to the middle of the chair, making sure to put that foot squarely on the chair. She's going to be in that releve or plantar flex position, hips squared forward. All right, so this time our pelvis is not going to be moving. We're going to try and work hard to keep a nice stable pelvis. We'll bring our hands behind our head, and then like a rocket ship, she's going to shoot straight up. So trying not to lean forward as much as possible. And working through hip extensors as much as she's got that quad working and the core working. That leg that's on the pedal has energy too. So while it is not necessarily bending or flexing or extending, it is working. And then we're going to transition at the bottom. So she'll take herself all the way down. Step down with the other foot, bring her hands for safety, and then step up with the other foot. We could transition at the top, but we're taking the easy way today. Get the hips squared, hands behind the head. Rocket ship goes straight up. We'll do the same number on this side. So she's got a little more lean on this side, which tells me she might feel a little stronger on the other side, but there she goes. She's doing a good job of correcting that. Nicely done. We're all at practice, working on getting better. And we'll do one more. And then she'll carefully take herself back down. Find the chair with her hands. Step her foot to the ground. Ride the pedal all the way back up. And there you go. Those are our 5 exercises. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, I'm Lucie Becus, and this is my submission for the 2016 Pilates Anytime Next Instructor competition.